So, lovely 30-minute class you can do at your desk or just behind the desk on a mat and a towel. And we always start with a little body scan and just calming the body just so we can arrive and be present. So I invite you to close your eyes or soft focus and just take a nice breath in through the nose and a big exhale. And let's start with the toes and the feet. Just make sure you're not gripping the ground, they're just resting down. And then into the ankles and the lower leg and the knees. And then coming into the quads and the hamstrings. A little shake, gentle shake, just to make sure we're not engaging any muscles unnecessarily. And coming up into the belly, let that just hang out. Noticing the sitting bones on the chair or on the ground. And the hips. Maybe a little pelvic tilt. So maybe tilt your pelvis forward. So it rounds the lumbar, the lower back. And then tilt the pelvis back. So your belly comes forward and you get a nice arch in the back. You do that a couple more times, so just tilt the pelvis up towards the belly, kind of rounding, rolling back a bit. And then forward, belly comes forward, chest comes up a bit. And one more time. We're just kind of getting the body to relax in that lower back, which takes a lot of the strain. So come and sitting back up straight. Following our attention up the spine, all the way up to the neck. So that little bulbous area, C7, which is the bottom of the neck. Just imagine your attention in there. And then come out to the shoulders. So go over across the tops of the shoulders, into the deltoid muscles, and then down the arms. Into the elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and every finger, including the thumbs. Baby swallow once or twice. Relaxing the jaw and the face. Nice soft eyelids and smooth forehead. And come back to C7, the base of your neck. And try and lengthen up the back of the neck with your imagination. So sort of sit taller as if someone's gently pulling you up. And then the energy coming out from the top of the head. So now we're imagining sitting nice and tall. Let's make sure we're not engaging any muscles that we don't need to. And relaxing the face one more time. As we take the chin down towards the chest now. So nice and easy, take it easy. If you've got anything going on today, any discomfort or busy mind, just work with it. So we're just letting the chin go towards the chest and noticing that lengthening now, the back of the neck. Really enjoying that. And taking our time, trying to be patient. Again, bringing our attention to our breath, just in and out. And just resting here, this simple, lovely lengthening of the spine. And as I said before, we can do this anywhere, at desks, on a bus, in a restaurant. If you're on your own, it's not very sociable if you've got people opposite you. Okay, and then gently, let's lift the chin up, all the way up to the ceiling or the sky. Just take it up, nice and slow and mindfully. So the body likes slow movements. It has to work a little bit harder. And as we do that, the nervous system calms down. Noticing the lengthening at the throat now. There we go, just breathing easy. We're turning the head back to the center before turning around to the side now. So you're going to look over one shoulder. No forcing, just see where that neck can turn to, and notice where you stop. So the body has a mechanism in the body, it's saying that's enough now, don't go any further, just to protect you. So if you just relax on the exhale, and then move the head back a little bit by a millimeter, and then see if you can increase the range. You'll notice you'll get an extra rotation in the neck. So it's softening the body and then turning a little bit more, just in the neck. And then slowly looking over the other shoulder. So just gently bringing the head, really slowly and mindfully. Notice if it's a smooth motion. Go to your full range, so up to your edge. Take a breath in, on the exhale, soften. And then just move the chin back a little bit by 1 or 2 millimeters, and then gently see if you can increase that range. So it's like little pulses really with the chin, and you'll notice your neck will rotate a little more if you're kind to it. I hope I'm making sense here. So we're just gently sliding the chin backwards and forwards until you think, oh, okay, now it's relaxed. I can just sit here for one more breath. And then we turn the face forward. So we look forward and just take the ear down towards the shoulder. So we're coming into kind of maybes. And let's roll the chin down. So look down towards the shoulder first, and then roll the chin all the way down, past the chest, up to the other side. And then come back into our maybe on that side, yeah. So maybe turn the face, look down, past the chest, look to the other shoulder, and then lift the gaze up half, and then maybe again. Yeah, that's it. Really enjoying that little half moon movement. And then back up to the center. We're going to raise our hands, stretching through the fingers all the way up to the top, interlacing the fingers. And let's press the palms up now. Just relax the shoulders down and feel the lift from the waist around the rib cage up to the armpits. And up the arms and into the fingers. Let's come over to one side now. A little side bend here. Taking it easy, just noticing the lengthening the side body. And then breathing up. And then exhaling over to the other side. Yeah. And again, noticing the difference from one side to the other. Breathing up to center. And then the hands behind the back, let's interlace and then squeeze the shoulder blades together. Try and draw the belly in towards the spine so we don't get the arching of the back. We're just opening up the front of the chest here. Really relax the shoulders down, softened. Be kind to yourselves. And then release, and we're going to come into a twist. So just put one hand on one knee, and then the other hand behind. And we're gently rotating from that thoracic area. So not the lower back, the mid to upper. And let's try that little rocking side to side again. So let's go to our full range. Okay, well that's it. That my body's not going to go any further. And as we exhale, just turn a little bit back, about 1 or 2 millimeters, and then back into that turn. And you'll notice the body's really forgiving, and it will say, okay, it's safe to pivot a little bit more from the thoracic. So just a gentle rotation with movement. And we come over to the other side, and let's see how far the body will let us go to start with without any forcing. And you notice, oh, that's as far as I can go. So take a breath in. And on the exhale, just twist forward again by 1 or 2 millimeters, and then back to your full range, softening the body. And you'll notice it should increase a little bit. You'll be quite surprised. And this is if you're really being kind and just relaxing into it. If you're forcing, the body will respond and won't let you. So. And then we're slowly turning to the front, interlacing the hands. We're going to do figure of eights with this. Yeah. So we always got one favourite way. So I think I'm doing kind of a weird clockwise and anti, and now I go the other way, which makes the brain, I think, come on, am I going the right way here? Yes, that's better. So it's a really different sensation. Now, interlace the fingers, the palms facing down, swap the fingers over. That's strange, yeah. So that will feel a bit peculiar. And then we're coming into our little wave. Yeah. So it's really good to challenge the mind. You know, even if we, every morning when we open the cupboard to get the coffee or tea out, use the other hand. Or pick the kettle up with a different hand. You know, it really does help the body. Its movements. Okay, so let's just flick it out. So flicking forward and then palms up, flicking towards you, and then flicking out to the side. And the hands come down, and let's come into a little body twist, and without knocking on the door of life. I think that was good. Just knocking, just really taking it easy. This is really good to do at your desk, you know, especially if you've got quite a few deadlines coming up and you feel the anxiety and stress rising. You can just go, right, I'm just going to knock it out of me in a very kindful way. Okay, so let's move the chair, or let's come out of the chair. We're going to come straight into our tabletop position. I'm going to come into 3 cat-cow breaths. To just ensure your hands and arms beneath the shoulders and the fingers evenly spread, knees under the hips. And let's take a breath in and take the belly down a little bit. So the tailbone rolls up and the chest comes forward. And let's press the floor away a little. And then exhale, really draw the belly in and just round the spine up. Let the head hang down, press into the ground. So inhaling, belly down. Let's have a look up. And then exhaling, belly to spine, rolling the spine up. Let's do one more, inhaling. And then exhaling. It's coming into your neutral spine. Just send one leg out to the side and see if you can put the sole of the foot down. And then 3 cat-cow breaths here. So inhale, you'll notice the inner thigh lengthening. Exhale, and the hip joint, so the femur bone coming into the hip joint. So we're getting a nice gentle rotation in there. So inhale, belly down. Exhale, round spine up. And let's do that one more time. Exhale up. Okay, neutral spine, press into the hands and see if you can lift that extended leg off the floor and then back down again. Off the floor, then back down again. And one more tap. And then bring it in, maybe a little stretch out to the back, a little bit of movement, and then back into your tabletop. We'll do that the other side, so extending the other leg out. Try and place the sole of the foot down, raising the tailbone up, looking forward with the in-breath. Slowly rounding the spine up, exhaling, pressing the floor away. So inhaling the belly down, and then exhale, rounding up. Let's do one more. Exhale, rounding up. So come into your neutral spine. Again, see if you can lift that leg up and then down. And that leg up and then down. You'll feel that at the top of the hip on the outside. One more lift and then down, and bring it back underneath and do a little movement. Get rid of any tension. Now we're going to slide the left or any foot, the left foot off the mat, and then place the right sole of the foot in the bottom corner of the mat or the towel, whatever you're working on today. Now with this right arm, or the arm that's not on the ground, let's circle. So let's sweep the hand up. So we're taking our gaze with it, looking at the hand, And then as we get to as far as we get at that diagonal line, turn the palm and then exhale, send it to the back of the foot, or the foot, foot at the back. And then let's do that again. Inhaling, watching the hand if we can, turning and sending the hand towards the back foot. Pressing into that back foot also. So let's do one more. So inhaling, exhaling. Now trace that hand up the left arm, or the arm that's connected to the ground, all the way up under the chin, and let's lift up now. So we're stacking the shoulders. Yeah, good, nice. Let's press into that sole of the foot. And as we take a breath in, see if we can bring the body up so the arms come up into a T shape and then come into our gate pose. So lifting the other hand over the head, and then the other hand rests on that extended leg. Really lifting out the waist. It's a lovely side bend into our gate pose. Just resting in here, just for a moment. Let the arm come across the face, flowing down, back to the ground, fingertips down, and then lifting the hand, again, stacking the shoulder blades. Yeah, great. Stretching through the fingers, pressing into the foot, and then bring the hand down and come back into our tabletop. And we'll do that the other side. So slide the other foot off, bring the back foot down into the back corner, pressing down, and with this hand, we're going to follow it. So follow it up over the head first with your gaze, taking a breath in, turn the palm, exhale, follow the hand towards the back foot. Lovely, so inhaling. So reaching out to the fingertips, exhale, float the arm back down. Let's do that one more time. So inhaling, so as you reach, try to get that diagonal line from fingertips to foot, and then exhale. The hand towards the wrist that's on the ground. Follow up with the hand up the arm, under the chin, and lift up. So we're stacking the shoulders. Pressing into that back foot there, inhaling, and see if we can bring the body up, T-shaped arms, and coming into our gate pose now. So lifting out of the waist and noticing what's going in the body, and a quick comparative analysis from the right to the left side. So lifting, being kind, gliding the arm past the face. Fingertips come down to the mat, and then we lift the hands up, stacking the shoulders one more time, and then coming back into our tabletop. Let's take a wide knee child pose. So knees towards the long edges of the mat, big toes together. Let's bring the hips down. Slide the hands along the ground, and then see if you can bring the forehead to meet the floor. If you can't, then just get stable with the hands. So press in and just let the head hang down. If you are in the full child pose, Balasana, and you're feeling it in your lower back, just bring the knees in a little bit closer together and then rest down. It will support the lower back. And just take another 1 or 2 breaths here. Just feel grounded, the floor supporting you. Okay, so when we come out slowly, we're going to take a breath in, come up into tabletop and keep going. So bend the elbows and send the hips towards the ground and send the chest forward into our modified cobra. Exhale back into our child pose. Inhale, rolling forward. Pelvis towards the ground, chest forward, bending the elbows, press the fingertips down, look forward, and let's exhale back into child pose. Let's do that one more time. So nice bit of movement here, chest forward. Then exhale, back into child pose. So coming up into a seated position now. And having one leg extended and the other one pulling up towards you. Now we're going to do a spinal twist. So you can get the opposite arm, wrap it around the knee, and then just gently come into a nice little spine twist. So looking over the shoulder, like we did at the beginning, relaxing, resting the body, and then see if you can pivot a little bit more. So again, we're coming into the thoracic, not the lumbar. Try not to overstretch that sacral iliac joint, which is at the base of the spine, around the sacrum. And then turn to the front and let that knee just come down to the ground. So you've still got the right hand behind you, or the same arm behind the bent leg. And then we're going to lift the hips up, pressing into the hands and coming into half wild thing. So press into the foot as well if you can. I'm just reaching up, maybe pulling the chest up a little bit to the sky. Then exhale the hips down. And just come into a little side rock. So lift that hand up that was on the ground over the head. And we do that a couple more times. Inhale, hand behind you. Lift the hips up. Stretching and reaching over. And then exhale down into our little side bend. So one more. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, just bending over that extended leg. Let the arm float across the face, and then we change over to the other side. So opposite knee comes up, other leg extended, and just wrap that elbow around that knee, nice and gently. Try not to force the lower back. You may need to bring the leg out a little bit, try and get comfortable. See if you can wrap the arm. If not, just put your hand on the knee and lift up into a little spine twist. Let's try it again. So as we exhale, soften, move the body a little bit, and come back into that rotation. And just take a breath here. And as we turn front, leaving that back hand behind us, let the knee come out to the side into your half butterfly. And we're going to lift the hips up, reaching through the fingertips. And then exhale, hips come down. We do that lovely side bend over the extended leg. Back into half wild thing. And then on the out breath, back into our side bend. Great, so one more. So these lovely flowing movements, the body likes to flow freestyle. So if we're static too long, especially sitting in a chair, this is where we need movement. So coming back to the center and just place the soles of the feet together into a bound angle. So you can either hold the ankles or the toes. And we're going to close our eyes. We're coming to like a seated, very brief meditation. So if you have I always like to hold my ankles. I feel quite strong. And it means I can lift up through the spine, let the shoulder blades just melt away from the ears. So a nice long neck, whatever that means to you. So it's just trying to create space and sit up in a nice comfortable position, but also relaxing the shoulders away. I invite you to close your eyes. I'm going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Now you're welcome to keep your eyes closed as you release the ankles or the feet or what you're holding on to, and just gently come into a passive forward fold. You may need to push the heels away a little bit, or you might want to bring them close, and just gently bring the body forward. No forcing. And maybe turn the palms up. So that means we really will have a passive fold by surrendering into this lovely forward bend. And just taking it easy, breathing naturally. Let's just do one more breath here. And then turn the palms down. Gently push into the hands, coming up into your seat. And let's cross the legs now. And bring the hands to the heart space. Either palms together or hands on top of each other. And just rest in and notice how we feel. And closing the eyes. It takes you into your body more. So when you remove a sensory feeling like the eyes, it makes you notice what's going on in your body. So we'll just finish off with a gentle moving mudra. So Anjali Mudra, so that's the palms together at the heart space. We'll take a breath in. And on the exhale, we'll raise the thumbs up to the forehead. And on the inhale, we'll raise the hands up to the sky. And on the exhale, we'll just fold forward. A couple more times. So inhale, hands to heart space. Relax the shoulders. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, thumbs to third eye. Inhale, hands up. And exhale, fold forward. And coming back up to center. Hands resting at the third eye, the point between your eyebrows. Always give yourself thanks for your practice. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.